Hi everyone, I'm your host Diva Danielle, and this is Community Link AZ. Thank you for joining the show. This is the internet show that's a resource for you to people, products, and services in your own backyard you might not even know of. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Each week, I'll introduce you to someone who is helping to make a positive difference in the community. We're going to have some fun, learn something new, and connect in a positive way. Let's start the show. Hi everyone, and welcome to Community Link AZ. I'm your host Diva Danielle. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. If it's your first time, well, welcome. I do appreciate you checking out my videos, but you can't just watch the videos. You gotta hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. I tell you, you never know who's watching the work that you're doing, and I'm so excited for today's guest because he actually flew in from South Carolina. This is Dr. Patrick Dix. And we met, our paths crossed, on the social business networking site, LinkedIn. He saw some of the work I was doing through the videos I was posting, reached out to me and said, I have some content I think would be good for your audience, and here he is. So it's nice to have you on the show.
Nice to meet you. I appreciate you. Sorry, y'all, the country. I appreciate you extending the opportunity for me to come out and share my knowledge with your viewers.
Yeah, I want to give people a little information because the world is changing and technology is taking over. And Patrick has over 20 years of experience working in technology, working with government agencies as well as an adjunct professor at different universities, offering his skill set, teaching something that I think a lot of people, what you were speaking on, are not paying attention to or gravitating toward, and that is how the world is changing with technology and moving forward with automation. So we're going to delve into it and get to know a little bit more about the work you do and why what you're saying is so important and how we can take and pay attention to it so we can move forward and not be stuck.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, give the audience a little bit of information about who you are and the work you do.
I am from South Carolina, born and raised there, still live there. I have over the 20 years, as you previously stated, in the technology realm. I've been an adjunct professor for 7 years, so I've taught over about 14,000 students at various universities in different subject matter, architecture, programming, database design, just to name a few. And I've redesigned classes for several universities. And technology has always been a big part of my life. I remember the first computer we got back in about 1995. My sister got a Tandy computer.
It was probably huge, huh?
Yes, I remember being younger. And many of the people listening to the video or viewing this, we had floppy disks.
Right.
They were 3.5 inch with the magnetic slide, and they would come in assortments of colors. And then when I was younger, we had the 5 1/4 floppy disk. And certain places still use floppy disks because of encryption purposes, and they can't be hacked into.
Right.
So from seeing that and seeing the evolution of, as we know, Android phones and iPhones now, technology is making things more mobile friendly. I remember I got my first cell phone in 2002, which is almost 20 years ago.
Right.
It was a Motorola. It was about that big, and now the phone was now about the width of my finger.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, and with the microchips and the batteries and everything else, technology is advancing. And now with technology, we're making everything more mobile friendly because very few people are just sitting at a desk. From emails to calling, from your bank transactions. I remember you used to have to check your account online all the time. You didn't have an app where you could just go in and check your bank account. Now you can deposit a check. And advances like this are leading to things as automation, as we will discuss, that will eliminate humans out of the process.
It's like the Jetsons. It's like so futuristic, but it's actually in the works now because 5-10 years from now, it's even going to be more different. The landscape of our lives and the way we communicate, function, operate is going to be changing, and it's ever changing. And that's what a lot of people, I think, are not understanding. Yes, they see that the commercials are out there for the newest and the latest and the greatest with iPhones, and we see more streaming services, and these are just small indications, but the advancements in medicine and the way we just, do basic things like going to the grocery store and checking our own self out and not even need a human being to do that for us. It's very different.
It is, and the self-checkout aisles, you're going to see those. We talked about this. And the self-checkout aisles, the rise of those are here to replace humans. If you think about it, people now are living in a microwave life, as I call it. They
Yeah.
want everything fast. So if I could go into the grocery store and avoid getting in line with 20 people, and I have a self-checkout, and most of the self-checkouts now, some of them take cash and some of them are just basically credit cards.
Right.
I can go in 5 minutes and say I need a bottle of water or fruits and vegetables, bam, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or now with the invention of the mobile services, Uber Eats, Grubhub,
Right.
now, and Instacart, people will bring your groceries to you. So we're,
Oh yeah. All those home delivery services.
yeah, so we're making it now to where you don't have to actually even go to the store. But people will say, hey, that's making things more easier for elderly people or people that are sick or people that are busy.
Right. But
You
it's
know?
for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. Yeah.
And it's making it to where people can get things faster. But if when they do the data analytics on it and say, hey, we need to focus more on delivering groceries and get rid of our stockers. Just think about the last time you've been to a grocery store. It's very rare to see people stock. Usually the cashier's doing it. And I've actually helped the cashier. I'm one of those people, I don't care about, any of that. I'll help them bag my groceries to make
Right.
the process faster. So when you talk about a self-checkout aisle, you're bagging your own groceries and taking them. When you're talking about Instacart, you send a list in, somebody will go through the list and you can put alternatives if the stuff is not there, the secondary stuff you get.
Right.
So they'll bring the food to your house. Even with medicine, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
They deliver medicine now, the medicines, the prescriptions, as long as it's not a narcotic, to your front door. So we have to remember, there are pharmacies that just send medicines to your house, dispense them to you. All of these things lead to the human interaction part to go out. We don't need to have a local pharmacy. If we do, it's for people to come into. But that's why stores now are trying to change their layout to say, hey, if you're in here, grab this on the end caps.
Right.
Grab this, grab this. But we're continuously trying to have people come in, but with the pandemic, it has exceeded a lot of expectations on
Right.
it. But
And
also,
it's totally changed the landscape of everything.
yes.
And it was done in such a rushed way that a lot of people, the world, we were caught off guard. But now we're playing catch up, and we need to see these things. So I want to quickly jump into vision, then jobs in the future, and then just preparing yourself for life. So people need to understand that it's here and now and it's not going anywhere but up. So how can they prepare for this?
You have to have what we call a transferable skill set.
What is a transferable skill set?
A transferable skill set is a skill set that transfers from one job to the next one. For instance, I work for the government currently now, and I'm a professor. So me being a professor, my subject matter expert is computer science and architecture, etc. That is at every college. My teaching transfers to every university or to a community college. Me working for the government, it transfers to another agency. So those are transferable skill sets. Someone that's in the trades that welds, they have to have welding, electricity, the 120 power, a plumber. There's an NEC code, they have to meet all the electrical codes, the water codes, commercial codes. Someone that's a truck driver, that's a transferable, a nurse, etc. Those are transferable skill sets, a teacher. But non-transfer skill sets, like manufacturing, what people will do is they will top out at $50 an hour at a job, but when you go to another job, you're not going to top out at that same wage.
Right.
And what happens is you got to work your way back up.
Yep.
And those are some of the things, as you know, in my dissertation, manufacturing especially, those are the positions that are going to be obsolete, and we're going to let a robot do it.
A robot is going to take your place, just like in the movies with the Jetsons
Yeah.
and everything's on the screen, and one person is doing 90 different things because they're just swiping, they're uplifting, they're uploading, because the world has changed. I want people to understand that they have to get creative now. So if you were going to drive home a point to make people understand before we wrap up, what would you want to tell somebody just so they'll know that they have to do things differently in order to survive, because technology is not stopping, it's only going forward?
One of the things is, I would say, you need to research. You have a smartphone, please use it for what it's made for. But one of the other things is you have to see and have a vision of where things are going to be in 10 to 15 years. Where we're at now at the end of 2021 is not where we're going to be at in 2026. Things are progressing, technology is increasing more, things are getting more sophisticated. And a lot of people are standing by on the sidelines saying they're not going to automate things, they're not going to get rid of me. There is no other time in history that a process or a machine could actually replace millions of humans.
Yeah.
And it's here. And one of the things I would tell people is don't get nervous about it. The thing is, you still have time to prepare for this.
Yeah, be proactive, get creative,
Yeah.
start thinking of ways that you can elevate yourself and do something to make sure that you're still viable.
Yes, they need to. You can go to a community college. Google now has certifications, AWS, Amazon Web Services. The days of going to like a 4-year school, you really don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
You can get a certificate that'll hold you for right now, but you have to also think, I'm going to have that degree down the line.
Right.
But there are local trades. You can get a certificate online that people start off with a good bit of money. So preparation and seeing what's coming is very, very important right now.
We've got to prepare, people. It is the future. We are living the future, and it's only going to keep progressing. Patrick, I want people to be able to follow you on LinkedIn. So if you is it just under your name, right?
Yes, it's Dr. Patrick Diggs on LinkedIn. That they can follow me there.
Okay, get connected. He knows what he's talking about. He has so much more information. I wish we could keep going with this conversation, but unfortunately, that is this episode of Community Link AZ. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Share it with all your friends and do your due diligence to be prepared because technology is not going anywhere. Thanks everyone. I'm your host, Diva Danielle. You make it a great day and I'll see you next time.